going, everybody? Sunday, I don't know what time it is, 6:37-ish. Should have looked before I started recording. Nothing too exciting to report. Did get some stuff done on the old 54. I got my tranny cooler, power steering cooler, radiator is mounted, fans on, tranny lines are run, all the power steering stuff. Found a dipstick that actually would fit for the transmission. That's in. Exhaust is run all the way out the back. And I ran out of hangers and the store closed. So I didn't finish that. So when that's done, I'll show you what that looks like. It doesn't look like a lot got done, but trust me, it was a lot of just all that piddly stuff, you know, that stuff that takes forever to get done. So that's where I'm at in the 54. I did sell the Pontiac today. I went to a new home. A kid that bought it never had a hot rod like this before, so I will take you guys along if he does anything, but he is very excited and we'll see what he does with it. And like I said yesterday, there was a new project coming in here. Showed up today. 1936 Buick straight 8. At least that's what they tell me. Well, I know it's a Buick straight 8, but I'm not positive on the year yet. The story goes, the guy was driving down the freeway, lost oil pressure. He shut it off real quick. It does have a little bit of a clunkety-clunk to her, but not too bad. A buddy of mine and the owner pulled the engine out. I think it was Friday. He did hear it run. He goes, it runs really good, other than it's got a little bit of noise to it. But first off the bat, I drained the oil, and that is some nasty looking stuff. Ay, ay, ay. So yeah. I want to get the pan off, see what it looks like inside. We're trying to keep this as low dollar as possible. You know, he's got a family, he's got kids, he's got other priorities in life, but he would like to see his car back up and running. So we're taking this job on. We're not trying to make $1 million, and it won't be a full restoration rebuild because that's going to be very expensive on this Buick straight 8. So we're hoping we can patch it back together. Like I said, until I get the pan off, I don't know what's going to be inside. But this is the first video of it, and I'll bring you along when something exciting happens. Later. Alright, so I got the pan off. Doing a little quick observation here. We got some water in here. Looks like just clear water. I know the engine's been sitting, or car's been sitting for a while. But just under, you know, a quick observation, I got a hunk of bearing flake right here. I believe it was this one. Yeah, this one. Get my camera in the right spot. That's not good. That one's actually fine. That one's fine. That one's got a little. Number 8's got a lot. So yeah, that's not good. Nothing looks purple, which is usually a sign of, you know, bad stuff, but I'm sure they're beat out. So the next step now is to pull a couple caps off and just see what we got. Looks like the timing chain's got a ton of play in it, judging from looking up in there. Camshaft, that doesn't look too bad. You see most of the bumps are on there. That's good. So let me keep going here, and I'll bring you back. Alright, so knowing that this was a Babbitt rotted engine, and what I mean by that is these particular engines were old enough where the rod bearings were poured Babbitt and then machined to the size of the crank, and then you shimmed it so you got your right oil clearance. I was kind of worried about this, and sure enough, it pretty much beat the Babbitt right off of these guys. Did a pretty good number on this crankshaft. I don't even think 40 thousandths would clear that up. That's pretty rough. I did pull a main cap off, which just happened to be the thrust bearing on this particular engine, which is the middle one. That didn't look too bad. These are kind of like an insert bearing, but they aren't. These don't roll in like an insert. They are pinned from the top. That I had to look up. I didn't know that off the top of my head. But you still have to machine these once you replace them. And like I said, it's not the worst. It's got a couple of lines in there, but for a 36, you know, you gotta expect that. But it must have a 1/16 of an inch of a crank end thrust. You can almost see the gap in there. So they definitely wore out. And his cheap repair is not going to be so cheap. Anybody that knows anything about machine work and labor, and it's going to cost some money. So I don't know what's going to happen from here. It may just get washed up and put in the living room and used as a TV stand or whatever, but unfortunately I don't think this one's going to be running, at least not by this particular gentleman. Like I said, money was an issue, and I don't know what this is going to cost, but I'm thinking, you know, probably $4,000, probably a little bit more. I could be wrong, but knowing that babbiting is not cheap, and then all the machine work that's going to be involved, it's not going to be a cheap date, which is sad. So that's the Buick Straight 8 project. Until I find out more, I'll let you know, but I'm thinking this one's done. So later.